Baby, the way y'all been eating up in the Heights for the last couple of days, nah. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. What is going on, y'all? Welcome to this Kingeries video on this Wednesday evening. What is going on, y'all? Woo, 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 woo. Yes, I had to woo, woo. What's that little song that Lil Wayne had? Woo, woo. But y'all ain't here for that because y'all gonna say, Justin, you don't get to the T. Because we need the timestamps, period. But what's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Kingeries video, girl. We got a couple things to talk about. Woo, I'm trying to make sure this is one video and not give y'all two, but I really feel connected to some of these stories and some of the things I want to talk about, especially with this In the Heights situation and the thing that happened at Nelly's this past weekend during Pride. Girl, it is a lot. It is a lot going on, and the situation that happened in DeKalb County with the black woman who just was telling this man to just pull his mask up, and unfortunately like just lost her life just because of that. It's crazy. It's so much other stuff, girl. Some other things. We had some music come out this past Friday. Got to talk about that. And I got to give y'all some updates of what's going on in my life. But that's on Patreon, period. Shout out to all the folks who recently subscribed to me on Patreon. I got a couple of things I put out. A couple, real things and, going on with me and all that other stuff. And, bringing back In My Feelings. So y'all out here supporting and loving on me. And I'm taking topics for me to talk about on Patreon over at Patreon. So subscribe if you haven't. Come on, the first tier starts at $5. The ones I had for $3 was sold out to the girls who've been supporting me since day one, none of day one. But before we get into any of this tea, let's go ahead and get into this mental health check-in. I'm gonna keep my mental health check-in really sweet, really cute. I'm doing good. I'm kind of using Patreon as a diary, so that's been really good. As you can tell, as you all did not know, some of y'all do know, I purchased a house recently. It's been 2 weeks. I closed 2 weeks ago from this date. So it's an echo in here, so y'all forgive me, girl. It's an echo. So I gotta get some more stuff. Taking my time, but I don't want to be spending too much money trying to get everything in here. Girl, I got a couple things to get. And I ain't trying to be broke, trying to furnish this house, girl. So y'all gotta deal with echo for a little minute, and I got to set some other stuff up. But I'm doing good. My mental is on 10. I'm feeling really good. It's been a beautiful day. Just everything, I'm enjoying things, loving on myself, and about to love on y'all with this tea for the day. So let's go and get into it. So let's go ahead and start talking about some stuff randomly. A lot of y'all have been asking me about the Darius Cooks thing. Baby, y'all have been DMing me and saying something, because I talked about Darius Cook a while back when I went to his restaurant. I don't know if I did a review. I think I did a, something, reading the menu video about his food at his previous restaurant, Greens and Gravy, which was really good. I had some lemon pepper, fried lemon pepper ribs, and they were good. They were giving. But there was some details and stuff that came out after his restaurant closed. Folks did reach out to me. A couple of his former employees reached out to me and was like, girl, I had to get my last 2 checks. Scamming was going on, and now he's being called out by the Kitchenista on Twitter. And girl, it's a whole thread about him on Lipstick Alley, my favorite place to go. No, I'm just kidding. But there's been a whole conversation about him, and girls are pulling up court documents of him having to pay out of pocket for lawsuits and stuff from doing credit repair. It's a whole thing. I am currently going through all of this because I do plan on doing a video explaining this. I met Darius Cooks a long time ago at this Facebook event, and he just came off kind of rude. He just came off very rude and just very I'm in control, I'm in this and that. And it was just it's nothing wrong with being assertive and asking questions, but he was just I'm all for myself. And I just had a very bad vibe about him that day, and I just I'm not surprised about all the things that's going on. I'm gonna tell you this: any person, any influencer, whatever you want to call it, any person that's on social media, creating content, and they just so happen to dibble and dabble in credit repair, stay away from them. Any folks, if they out here selling credit repair, they out here selling flat tummy tea, they do not care about you as a consumer and somebody who is consuming content and all that. They care about making money. There's not enough money for anybody to get my ass in front of no camera and talk about flat tummy tea. There's Tommy. I am not. They know not to send me that in my email because I'm not going to be partaking in that mess, and I'm not going to be out here selling credit repair either. That's an easy, quick money stuff. When you do stuff that prey on marginalized folks, you can make money off of that. Making money off folks who want to lose weight and are self-conscious about their bodies and stuff for whatever reason and want a quick fix. Yes, you can sell them flat tummy tea. Yes, for folks who are out here, you know, struggling with credit because all of this shit is a scam. Yes, you can sell them some credit repair because they like, girl, I want to fix my credit, I want to. But, and I said this on my Patreon last night with Juicy, the only people who should be paying for credit repair should be the folks who have who came into a lot of money or got some money and just like, girl, I want some help. I don't have time to do this. If you got a lot of debt and you ain't got a lot of money to pay it, you need to do credit repair yourself. Like it's not a short process. Trust me. When before, let me like a couple of years ago, I think my credit was like at 517, like in 2016. My credit took a hit after I got evicted. You know, like a lot of stuff, like a lot of bills were just behind. I was just using cards and then paying the minimum the next month. So my credit took a hit. And I took my credit from 510, 515 to I think my credit like 720, 730 right now. It's probably gonna take a dip because I bought this house and it'll probably go up, who knows. But, you know, I think I'm interested to talk about credit. And I'm honestly partnering with this company this nonprofit, and I'm going to do a video discussing like finances and money and how like there are systems and stuff in place that, you know, that are preying on black and brown folks, and like all of it, like title loans, payday loans, all of that. I've done all of that, and I can't wait to do that video and talk about that with y'all because a lot of the stuff is I forgot the word for it. I know Elijah knows because he's so intelligent. Shout out to Elijah and his fiance. Yeah, he can't wait to go to their wedding. But I can't think of the name of it. Predatory lending. Yes. And that was one of the things I was kind of nervous about when I purchased this house. I think I got a pretty decent, interest rate. But I just learned in the state of Georgia that, you know, in the state of Georgia, like if I was to, like if my house was to be foreclosed on, the bank can just snatch it from me. It's not giving, go to court and we fight it out. It's giving, no girl, we come to take your shit. So all of this shit is a scam. I don't own this house, girl, the bank owns this house. And they probably gonna sell my loan to somebody else to make profit off of it. So yes, girl, don't feel bad, because some folks were like, I wanna buy a house, I wanna do this stuff. Like, take your time, do it right. Like, girl, yes, like, do not feel like your world will end if you don't, because all of this shit is a scam, and it's only benefiting those who got a little bit more money than others. That's how it works. I will be talking about that and more, but you know, don't trust folks who are selling credit repair. Back to that, Darius Cooks was selling credit repair. Don't trust folks who's selling credit repair. Just do not do that, especially for somebody who was a chef, a cook, who's never talked about finances like that, and all of a sudden selling credit repair. It doesn't make sense. So there's a whole big conversation about him like scamming black women, doing this and that, a whole bunch of stuff, and he's even been accused of assault or something. So I will be taking my time to do that video. I hopefully will drop that tomorrow. But girl, tell me what y'all think about it, and if y'all got any details, please email me at hello@kingareese.com, because I plan on talking about it, because Darius Cook don't scare me. But moving on, I've already dragged the hell out of Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart was trending on Twitter the other day and was responding to cancel culture. Just an idiot. Kevin Hart just don't have the range. He don't have the range in his mind, and he don't have the range for being short. I don't know what's going on with the short men this week. I don't know what's going on between him and what's that boy name with the bald head, the bald spot, Tory Lanez, and the baby. We just throw short men away. Like, girl, y'all short out. I'm probably one of the short men. What is short men considered? 5'8" under? I'm 5'9". I got a little height, not that much, but I'm a curl. But I'll be out here dragging short men too. I'm gonna call myself a short man. But yeah, I already dragged Kevin Hart. Megan Thee Stallion has unfollowed the baby after the baby did a song with Tory Lanez, and I don't blame her at all. I do not blame Megan Thee Stallion at all. Imagine you being shot by somebody They drag you, put your stuff all out like it's a whole mess. And now the person you was doing songs with, the person you was cool with, is doing music with them. Like, girl, y'all would even take that mess with a friend that still follows your ex on Instagram or did whatever. Like, girl, a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. So, girl, I don't blame Megan Thee Stallion at all. I'm glad that she unfollowed him and let it be known, like, girl, no ma'am. Period. So, girl, that's what I feel about that. So, what else is going on, girl? New music came out. Megan Thee Stallion dropped her song. It was giving. It's cute. I like it. The video was good. Thought shit, it was good. Liked it. She had some ballroom girls in there. I love that for her. Also, Nicki Minaj released her song. You know, she had a feature with Polo G. That song was cute. She, you know, it gave what it's supposed to get. Who else? Oh, Doja Cat released a new song. Did she release a video too? I'm not sure. Yes, she did release a. She did release a video. Doja Cat 8. Doja Cat just once again reminded us that she is talented, she's creative, and she is the thing, and she is the moment. I cannot wait to Planet Her drops next month. We'll be listening to it, period. And Todrick Hall dropped his new album, Feminine. As you all know, I was in, I went, you know, with Todrick, I went to LA, kicked it with him for almost a week, and had the opportunity to meet Brandy in the studio and listen to her lay down tracks and vocals and stuff, and sing the song Miss Mary Mac, which is really, really a cute song him and Brandy did. It was really, really beautiful. I loved it. The album is good. I like the album. I listened to it. I was like, okay, this is good. It's not something I would listen to like all the time, because y'all know I'd be going back listening to my old school, because I was listening to Never Say Never the other day, getting my life, and listen to Alicia Keys' As I Am. Where do we go from here? You can understand why I'm singing that, but that's what the music I listen to. So it's a good album. Now, Todrick was getting his butt ate up on Twitter the other day, and like most celebrities, what they do when they're getting ate up a little bit, they get on Twitter and they try to defend themselves without having a conversation with somebody who can tell them like, hey girl, this ain't it, this is not worth it, da 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 da. Without, like, y'all need a PR person. Y'all need a PR person. And I honestly feel like that y'all need a PR person that is well-rounded in the things that are going on, because Todrick response to the criticism just was not it at all. It was not it. Like, some people came out and said that, how do you have all of these like cis het white men, athletic bodies in here with this song called Raining Fellas? And it's just like, where's the diversity? Like, once again, where's the diversity? You got a bunch of white men falling out of the sky. I think the video was cute, and I told him, I said, the video was cute. I loved it. It didn't cross my mind that it's a bunch of like white men, because honestly, I just expect that. Like, I just expect that. So when I saw it, it didn't really click to me. But when I saw the criticism, I said like, yeah, it's making sense. Now, Todrick's response is, he's doing stuff for the community. Love on him, like, just, I'm out here trying to do stuff for the queer folks. I came a long way, da 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 da. And it's like, I think that Todrick is a good person. I don't think that he has a good politic. And like most celebrities, Todrick has been rich majority of his life. He got famous very young, so he's not had to kind of like, he's been shielded from certain things. And he's surrounded by a lot of folks who are not going to tell him something he doesn't want to hear, because they want the access and they want the money. They're not folks who are going to be honest with him, and they don't have a good politic when it comes to race and all the other stuff either. Like, it's a bunch of folks who, oh, we would still be at brunch if Hillary Clinton was reelected or elected or whatever. Like, girl, like that type of energy. And I've, you know, for the last time since we've been cool, I've been trying to have these conversations with him and just like educate him and let him know, hey, like, it's been a long going on process. This has been going on since like 2019, honestly. I've been having conversations and talking to him. And I don't mind. Like, I told you all, I even talked to Max Connor. For those who, you know I did some videos. Well, I did one video about Max and talked about him. I don't mind having a conversation with folks, black queer folks, who are trying to understand and figure out this world around them that is anti-black. I don't mind doing that. Like, I'm not gonna be sitting here dragging you and then you say, okay, well, girl, let's talk. I'm gonna have a conversation with you. I'm going to do that. I owe you, to me, I love doing that, having a conversation. Like talking to him, I think he wants to get it, but he doesn't understand what he gets out of it, because it's just like, I'll be honest, like, why would I do this when I'm clearly making money? Like, folks look at things like, if I'm being rewarded by riches and all this other stuff, I must be doing something right. Because God or whoever wouldn't, the universe would not bless me with these things and give me these things if I was doing something wrong. And I'm like, the universe and what's like has nothing to do with capitalism, like, and white supremacy. Unfortunately, I wish they did. I wish they would clean the capitalism, white supremacy, all those things. I wish they would. But I don't think Todrick sees it like that. He sees folks as like people hating on him, and you know, people like, y'all bother, and I'm out here living my life and da da da. But you are bothered. That's why you got on Twitter to respond to it instead of just ignoring it. But a lot of folks, like, he posted a tweet and he said something about like, this is what they want. They won with slavery. And I'm just like, girl, y'all don't want to talk about slavery and any of these things until it is your ass is up against the wall. Like, y'all are getting ate up and stuff. Now you say, well, they want to take this away from us. They want to, what's the name? We need to stick together. But you're not even sticking together. You're not even sticking together. Like, and then y'all get in this thing where y'all say, oh, y'all question my blackness and y'all saying I'm not black. Nobody is saying that. Like, and I might need to do a video about it, because every time someone gets dragged about this, it's always like, y'all question my blackness. No, we're questioning your anti-blackness. That's what we're questioning. We're questioning your anti-blackness because we all have some of it in us. We live in an anti-black world. Your anti-blackness is showing. It is showing. And we can talk about, well, I grew up in here and I was surrounded by this and that, but why don't you want to be around black folks? Why is that? Even listening to the song Raining Fellas, I'm listening to it, and it's all the names that are being said are white names. If that was my song and I'm writing a song, it's gonna be about blackity black, black, black. It's giving Darius, it's giving Darius, it's giving a quick, like, it's giving black names. That, when I say black names, I'm meaning names that folks are saying, girl, you might not get, your child might not get no job with that name, because I am anti-respectability. So I'm gonna do what I want. Like, girl, this is already queer. We're gonna change it up. We're gonna shake the girls up. And I told my friends the other day, I said, you know what, I wonder if someone like Santana or another black, or Case the Killer or somebody, or even Lil Nas X was to do a song like that and just like have that like energy, what would it sound like? I will say this, I think Todrick is creative, he's a creative genius, but I also think a lot of them do realize that if they be mainstream and not too black with the content, they can get a little bit more views. Now, going back, Todrick does owe us a lot. Like, a lot of stuff that you've been doing is associated with ballroom. Like, a lot of the stuff, like, is like, you owe the black queer community a lot. You do. And you owe black folks a lot, because a lot of the content that you had did in the past when you built your brand was dehumanizing black folks. You had videos of like the Hunger Games. You had black folks like fighting over chicken and watermelon. Like, you had all, like, you were doing some, like, the specific type of comedy that made white people feel comfortable to laugh at, but it was black as hell. Like, it was just, like, I did a whole article about it on kingofreach.com. You can check it out. Like, I talked about it. Like, even when me and him had a spat back in 2018, like, I wrote all my stuff down, because I was like, I want him to understand that this is not nothing personal, but I'm letting you know that you need to fix this and clean this up. And even Cheska, who I love, you know, responded and said, hey, I'm a friend, I've been trying to talk to you, but this is not giving. Like, this is just not giving. So I don't know. I haven't talked to him in probably a week or whatever since I told him the song was good, the album was good. And me and my friend listened to it the other day. We actually did. Like last week, me and my friend was like jamming to it. But I care about black queer folks. So I'm not ready to toss Todrick to the side. I'm ready to have a conversation with him and he actually listen. But I'm not sure if he's interested in listening. And which is why he's going to continue to get ate up on Twitter. Like people are going to continue to say those things. And I just like think that y'all you need to listen. These folks are not critiquing you because they hate you. They're not critiquing you because they're jealous. They're seeing something in you. And you don't want to see it, but you do see it. You just don't want to name it. Because if you name it, then you will know. So that's my thoughts on that, girl. Like, that's all I have to say. And I'll deal with whatever backlash from him or whoever. I promise you, I'm not trying to get into no industry. I'm not trying to do any of that stuff. Like, I was watching an ad today. It was a Target ad. And they had Jackie Aina. It had all the other, like, the popular, like, YouTubers and stuff. I'm not interested in being a popular YouTuber like that. I'm interested in using my voice and my platforms to educate black and brown folks and maybe educate some white folks too, because y'all are part of y'all are the problem. And y'all need to understand that we need to have these real conversations. I'm not interested in pacifying and doing anything to be able to get these, big checks from Target or Walmart or whatever. If these folks want to have a conversation about race, if Black Lives Matter and all that, then they would have some folks who are out here actually having these conversations and not pacifying, because I'm just not interested in it. So yeah, girl, we talking a lot and I got a lot of stuff to talk about, so let's move on to part 2 of this video.